that medicine called me. It was very spiritual, very mystical. Again, it's not the medicine, it's the work that you, as the person coming to the medicine, that are doing.
Nikki, what is the most unique experience you have had being a medicine woman?
There was a woman who was dying, and she wanted to have an experience before she crossed over. And she had 3 back-to-back experiences. And the first one was, let me think, the first one was, don't be afraid. Second experience was, it's time.
Wow.
And then the third experience was seeing her mother's eyes.
And her mother had died already?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
And so that really helped her and calmed her to have a sense of peace about, her imminent crossing over.
Thank you for that. So, hi, everybody. I'm Candidly Carolyn. I ask real, raw, unscripted questions of my guests. They do not know what the questions will be. And today I have the pleasure of speaking to my friend, Nikki Stewart, who is my personal medicine woman and medicine woman to many. And I'm really excited to have this conversation. I think it's going to help a lot of people understand a little bit more about being a medicine woman and serving medicine. And Nikki, I want to give you this opportunity to say anything that you'd like to share with the audience right now.
One of the main things about being a medicine woman or facilitator is working really on your own stuff. To have a certain level of healing, to be able to really be of service to the people that come to you. And that's like the number one thing. And then number 2 is really understanding what is trauma and how trauma presents itself and how to help somebody who has uncovered trauma and help them, grow and heal from that. Because in any kind of medicine journey, trauma is extremely likely to rear its head.
A lot of people have a lot of various different ideas about medicine, plant medicine, medicine journeys. And I really wanted to have this real conversation to inform people straight from a practitioner who has been doing this for a very long time and who has studied a lot. And so, what would you say to people that are really interested in potentially investigating medicine journey or having a medicine journey? What would you say are some of the basics that you should consider before you really jump into this modality in this realm as a person receiving the medicine?
I mean, there's a lot. The person receiving the medicine has to be in the right frame of mind to be able to get the most out of the journey. There's a lot of considerations, whether the person's taking medication, and what kind of support they have outside of me as a facilitator. So really cultivating that support system around the person is really important. And then having knowledge about, what medicines might be the right appropriate medicine for that particular person.
I actually met Nikki and referred her to other people for 3 to 4 years before I had my first experience. And having done that, there's nobody else that I would ever trust in that setting to administer medicines for me or anyone else that I would refer. And I think that having somebody that, like you mentioned, has done their own shadow trauma work is so important because you have to consider that whatever is happening in that atmosphere could potentially affect the experience. So you really want somebody who is kind, clear, loving, present, and who has studied all of the different types of medicine. It's not just like an Instagram saying like, let me just find somebody from Instagram. I think it's something that should be taken extremely seriously and with the right people. One of the questions that I've always wondered is, how do you determine which medicine is right for that person? Because you're really super talented at that, and also dosage. How do you personally approach that?
There's so many people that come with something in mind, and that might be the appropriate medicine for them, but it might not be. So a lot of considerations of of again, like where they are with their psyche, what their experience is with different medicines, you know, what they're expecting out of it, because that's another a big consideration where people are expecting miracles, and this is not that. This is developing a relationship with the medicine and with the facilitator or practitioner. And that's really where the magic is integration afterwards. So I think part of it is like setting expectations with the person. And again, it's not the medicine, it's the work that you as the person coming to the medicine that are doing. Setting those expectations helps guide what medicine is going to be most appropriate.
Nikki, what do you think are the kind of basics that someone should consider, or they should have maybe looked into or done before they even contemplate doing a medicine journey? Like basic kind of practices or modalities that they may have done or considered or studied before doing a journey.
I think getting clear on what their objectives are. So that's number one, where medicine isn't the going to provide this miracle and they don't have to do any work. So getting clear expectations is really, really important. Also, if they've done work in the past, that's helpful. That's really helpful. Some people come to the medicine work as spiritual practice, and some people come to the medicine because they really want to work through issues, traumas and things like that. And that's great as well. Both are valid, but at the same time, I think they have to be prepared that trauma can always pop up, because we I believe that to really explore spirituality, there has to be a certain level of healing from the trauma. And that's why sometimes it does pop up.
I'm not a practitioner, but I recommend to have some base level of understanding of yourself before you're going to this journey, expecting that this medicine night or day or few hours is going to completely change your life. I think it's another additive aid in going deeper within ourselves, but it's not the, snap your fingers and like suddenly you're cured of all your traumas and everything that you disliked about yourself.
Right. And I think also treating the medicine with reverence because these are actually sacraments. They're sacred. And treating the medicines that way, that's not a party drug. It's not something that you do on a, Saturday and then go out partying at night that
Yeah.
night. This is really really deep work.
For yourself, what's one of the most profound experiences that you've personally had with medicine?
When my mom had died, and when she had died, I had a journey like 2 days after, and it really, really helped me with my grief. It accelerated my grieving process. And I'm super grateful for that because it really
Mhm.
helped me move that energy out of my body.
That's so true, because that was right around the time that I had my first journey with you, and I had been going through a breakup. And now that I'm talking to you about it, I think that journey helped me accelerate that healing of my heart. And I never really thought of it that way, but I think that journey definitely propelled me further into understanding where my heartache was really lying and centering. And, having that journey, that private journey with you really did move things through a little bit smoother. I wouldn't say, there's always the bumps in the road, but definitely smoother and deeper. I know that you're a practitioner of a very specific type of specialty medicine, which is called 5-MeO DMT. What draws you to that medicine specifically?
That medicine called me. And I feel like that medicine had me experience feelings that I hadn't experienced. It was very spiritual, very mystical. And it had me experience who I truly am, like absent my body, my personality, all of that. It's like, this is who you really are at your core, your essence. And that's, what called me. And I feel like it's the blossoming of a person's soul.
That's
And
beautiful.
yeah, and like so much can come out of that. So many people have like they're just like this little tight little bud, and then to have their their soul kind of blossom and flower, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, I would say with my own experience with that medicine, I saw the depths of sorrow, and I also saw the complete beauty and oneness of the world all in like a very short period of time. And I think it was honestly to anchor in how we are all one and to see the beauty that exists just in this singular snap moment. And I will never forget it. Like, I remember all my journeys so vividly. I can recount everything that happened and remember everything. And I think that experience of seeing those disparate um like 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 zones, I guess, in one very quick experience is something that I'll never forget. I'm immensely grateful for the work and the study that you have done, and how you bring this peace and heart opening quality to this very serious but also extremely expansive modality that I always say, if the world could read the four agreements, have a journey with Nikki, and learn to meditate, we would be in an extremely different position than we are now. And that's literally like my hope for the world. This is the time, Nikki, where I'm going to give my guests the opportunity to ask me any one question on any topic, if you so desire.
Okay. So what do you believe your mission in life is?
Oh, that's very timely because I've revamped it. My mission in life is to raise my soul's consciousness to the highest level possible. And in doing so, I will illuminate the path for others. That's it. That's that's it. I'm not here to quote unquote help anybody. I'm not here to drag anybody. I'm just here to raise my consciousness. And then in doing that, the path gets lit up. And those that want to come along for the ride do. And yeah, it's become very, very clear lately. So it's super interesting because I don't have to do anything else. I think we're so caught up with thinking that we have to do something. And now I realize it's all within me to raise my consciousness, and then everything else will follow from that point.
What's beautiful. Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
So thank you, Nikki. I really appreciate your time and everything that you've done. And I look forward to the world hearing a little bit more about this. And thanks again.
I'm Candidly Carolyn. Thanks for watching. If you know anyone you think I should talk to and ask the questions people really want the answers to, send me an email below, carolyn@carolynhori.com. Bye for now.